In addition to the photo ID requirement, some voters must present additional documentation that confirms their address. These voters are notified of this requirement when the county receives the voter's registration application. These voters are also marked in your poll book. There are some voters who are exempt from the additional documentation requirement: military and overseas voters, and voters who present the documentation to the county voter registration office. For those who do need to present additional documentation, several kinds of documents are acceptable. An Indiana driver's license or Indiana state identification card with the voter's current name and address. Remember, these IDs can meet the photo ID requirement even if the address on the ID does not match the poll list address. But for the additional documentation requirement, the address on the ID must be current and match the poll list. A current utility bill, bank statements, government check, a paycheck, or other government documents with current name and address. All of these documents must include the voter's current name and address. The name and address on the document must also match the name and residence address on the voter's registration application. Check the poll list to confirm the match. Each type of document has its own category and code. If the document and poll list match, write the code for the document on the poll list next to the voter's name and return the document to the voter. If the voter doesn't have documents with them that meet the requirements, it's okay for them to leave the polls to retrieve the documents from their car or residence before signing the poll list. If the voter has already signed the poll list by mistake, he or she can still cast a provisional ballot at the polls and then get a copy of the document to the county voter registration office before the polls close at 6 p.m.